It's a cold and rainy day. Well, it started one Saturday morning. It's a cold and rainy day when a bus pulled up and a team filed out claiming they were ready to play. The coin was tossed, the ball was snapped as the balls cranked up the steam. You could see the sweat and fear wash across the face of the other team. You better buckle up your chin strap and pray that you'll survive, because when the Tennessee Vols take the field, you'll be lucky to get out alive. The team was good, they were strong and tough, and they did their best to fight. But they couldn't match the hometown boys dressed up in orange and white. It was late in the game with a minute left, and they come knocking on our door. And that hometown crowd jumped to their feet as the rain began to pour. And then the ball was snapped and the team pushed hard trying to cross the line. But them balls stood strong and held their place as the clock ran out of time. And then the game was over and the rain had stopped and the stadium shook with cheers. Another team loses and heads for home, crying volunteers. So if you're brave enough to play with us, be ready for a fight. 'Cause down here, football's not just a game. It's a way of life. Story is the same as it's been for years. If you come to play in Knoxville, you'll be crying volunteers. See you next time, boys. Yeah, you'll have that orange running all down your face. That's what you call volunteers. Tennessee Volunteers. How about them Vols? Go Big Orange. Volunteers. Tennessee Volunteers.
You like that song, Billy?
Hey, man, you almost got me hyped right there, man. I felt like I was going to put a helmet on.
You know, he's a big Vol fan, was a big Vol fan. Rest in peace, Charlie Daniels. What's up, Facebook?
What's up, YouTube?
What's up, Twitter?
Yeah, Twitter.
Hey, we watching Twitter now. I don't know. We haven't been watching Twitter for about
trying to catch up,
a year and a half, but we've been streaming to Twitter for a year and a half, but we ain't been watching it. But we watching it now.
Trying to catch up, man. It's been a while, too, man. So, hey.
It has been a while.
Started off on the right note, man. We got Twitter going.
We're in the Volunteer Roadshow studios. Got some nice. Y'all can't see it, but we got some nice. Tell them about the lights. They nice, ain't they?
This is big time. You got me feeling like I'm brand new, man. Hey, this is nice.
I noticed the camera's not centered. It's driving me nuts. But see, this is therapy, Billy. If I can make it through this show looking at that not being centered, I might be a better person.
I'll tell you what you might need to do, man. You probably just need to look straight at the camera and don't even look at the TV.
I can't help it. I got to run the sound. So it's staring at me.
Oh, man.
Who we got over there on Facebook? Give some shout outs.
Let's see who we got over here, man.
It's been at least a month since me and Billy, the founders of Volunteer Roadshow, have been on, and we're gonna be on for every Friday night, ain't we, Billy?
Oh, we're gonna be here, man. We back, man. We're back, man. Hey, well, we got my main man on here now, man. I had to say it, man. David Newcomb.
He ain't your main man. I'm your main man. He's your second main man.
It's my dude right there, man. What's going on, David? Like Ron Slay is over here. Slay Bay is on here. What's going on, Slay? Let's see. We got Usher, Kate Marie.
Yeah, she's Tiger Cat. She's over here.
Ron Slay, you say, all right, fellas, bring some. Hey, man, Slay, we trying to bring the noise today, man. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, man. Well, at least we're gonna try to talk about some things today, man.
Hey, Ron Slay, you need to call me or Billy. You got both our numbers. We need to talk to. We might need a fill-in tomorrow for Alexis and Jarnell Stokes' show tomorrow. If CJ Watson can't be on, we need a third person. So give your boy a call. You got his number. Who else is on over there? I'm going to see about YouTube.
That's pretty much everybody right now.
Always count on my man, a Georgia fan. Look at this. Right out the bat, Shane Bentley, one of our best Georgia fans. Always good for a super chat. 1999 super chat over here on YouTube says, hey there, gents. Good to see you all. I hope y'all doing well. With that said, that song gave me chills in a bad way. Y'all have a good one. We're about to chow down on some barbecue. With that said, go Dogs. Talk about barbecue. We got to cook some ribs, Wyoming. I'm going to be here for about 4 days.
Right.
He been bragging about how good he can cook ribs. I've been bragging about how good I can cook ribs. We might need to have a cook-off.
Bobby, I don't brag, man. I let the food talk, man.
All right, we'll see. Got Killer Mime. Hey, Billy and Bobby, good to see you, old time. Another Georgia fan. Sam Bell, Volunteer Roadshow. Big Vol Daddy, I guess he's in over here. Any news out of Greenville? I don't know. Where is BVD? I don't see him anywhere. Aaron Ross is, how you doing, Aaron Ross? Yeah, we're back. Says, lights are nice, makes me want to rent skates. Yep. Aaron said he'd be happy to judge our rib cook-off. No, I got what I cook, I eat.
Bobby, I mean, I don't want to waste your time, man. You know, I mean, you're my boy, man, and I don't want to make you look bad.
Yeah, you ain't gonna make me look bad.
It's just, I can't help it when I cook, man. It's automatically number one.
Ron Slay said, what time? See, we're going to do 10 o'clock, Ron Slay. We're going to do 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern time. But the third wheel, CJ Watson, is on Pacific time. That's 7 o'clock their time. So Jarnell, me and Billy and Alexis talked to Jarnell on the phone Wednesday, and we're thinking about doing it like 12 or 1 Eastern time so CJ doesn't have to be so early. But we're still working it out. It might need another week for CJ to actually come on full time. But he's wanting to do full time. So we'll let you know. Call Billy after the show. I'll have Billy text you. But if you can't do it, no big deal. Me and Billy fill in. Well, we figured Billy says he used to be able to dunk the ball. But I'm kind of thinking that with Alexis and Jarnell, that we need somebody that actually been on video proof of dunking the ball. Well, I don't know. Alexis can't dunk.
Hey, Bobby, I got video proof.
You do?
Come on, man. I got my high school tapes.
Oh, you really?
Come on now, Bobby. You know,
now, Fred White don't count as proof. You know Fred White. He says you did, but I don't know. Who all saw you dunk that day?
Man, so many people that day, man. I mean, I was in a dunk contest and all that stuff, man. I mean, it's just don't let the size fool you, man. That's what I used to have to tell everybody back in the day, man. Hey, don't let the size fool you, man.
Well, a lot of y'all see we got a new setup. We got a little microphone. You can't see it. We're testing out the audio. We got a mixer board over here. We have no idea what we're doing. Billy knows more about what we're doing than I do. And we just got everything set in the middle. So tell me how the audio sounds. I want some people in the comments to tell us how the audio is coming through on your end. And we're going to start tweaking on it over the next few days and get a good setting. And the next time we do it, you're going to have a microphone. I'll have a microphone. So when we do these live broadcasts for the games, we could have 4 VFLs on at once, 4 microphones. They don't have to be on top of each other. They won't be bleeding over. And we're going to have a professional setup better than we did last year.
Oh, man, we got a professional set up right now, man. You got this mic in front of me right now. I feel like I got to start singing in front of it. I'm not used to this kind of thing, man. This is big time, man.
Billy's boy said he's seen that pop filter. Now he wants to make a rap album.
This is stuff I see on TV. I'm not used to this. This is I call this fancy stuff, man.
Hey, we've come a long way in that year and a half, haven't we?
A long way, man. A long way.
And the show's growing.
Show is growing fast, man. Especially with all the new lineup we have with the VRS. It's been nice so far, man.
Well, we got Alexis. She's going to take over the Lady Vols. There's nobody dedicated to the Lady Vols. There'll be a newspaper article or 2 or 3, depending on how good they're doing. And there might be some stuff on the radio. But Alexis Hornbuckle, great VFL. Was that the Final Four that she basically won the game against LSU? Or was that wasn't the finals? Was that the Final Four?
But I do remember, yes.
Lead 8 or something?
It was one of them, Bobby.
Anyway, the year they won the championship, Hornbuckle was one of the ones that really won it there at the end, the putback.
Hey, man, we got a lot of wins up in these rooms, man, on the VRS, man.
A lot of what?
A lot of wins.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, sure.
Yeah. Billy ain't ever lost to Georgia Killamine.
Oh,
He ain't ever lost to Alabama. He ain't ever lost to Vanderbilt.
Nope.
Ain't ever lost to Auburn.
Nope.
Never lost to Kentucky.
Nope.
We ain't going to talk about the head ball coach. He don't count. But never lost to Ohio State.
Nope.
Never lost to Northwestern.
No, man, I mean, I've only lost to really, one SEC school, man. Gators.
Man, I hate Steve Spurrier.
The Gators were something serious back then, man.
But we beat Florida. You beat Florida State.
Oh, man, Florida State was easy. Slate said it was a semifinal.
Semifinals. Okay. That's been over 10 years ago. I remember it, but I don't remember what round it was. But anyway, she's going to be coming on, and prayers for Alexis. I can't go into it on publicly, but she needs your prayers. She's going to be here in town today, tomorrow, and Sunday, but something happened. But she's going to be doing the show tomorrow with either you or Ron Slay and Jarnell Stokes is going to be on. And see, that's going to be a permanent show every Saturday. And this thing's just growing. I'm just happy to have Alexis and Jarnell and CJ on the Volunteer Road Show. But back to Alexis. We forgot to finish that. She's going to head up all the coverage of Lady Vols. She's going to have other former Lady Vols helping us out, giving us in-depth coverage, pre-game, post-game analysis. She's going to bring it. What was it that she said Pat Summitt said about called her nickname? We can't really say it on show, but it was funny.
Yeah, we're going to let her do that because I can imagine what Pat used to say, man. I told you, man. I remember when Pat used to come speak to us, man. She put fear in our hearts, man. And when I say fear, man, the attention that you gave her, man, when she was speaking, it was almost like, move over, Coach Foreman. Pat got us.
Do you think Pat Summitt back in the day could have set Phil Fulmer in his place?
Oh, yes. I mean, when you got that kind of presence from a lady, come on now, you got to tell me. I don't told you this, man. My grandfather told me women are the undefeated champions of the world, man. They have never lost a battle. And I tell you about that battle off there.
Well, tell me, have you had any interaction with Coach Summitt personally?
I mean, just the only time I really had an interaction was when she used to come speak to the team, and
she used to actually come speak to the team.
She spoke to. I remember.
Like during the week or at a game.
Well, she'd come to like practice or something, like be one of the motivation speakers or something. Or it was always motivating us, telling us what she thinks or how we should be going. I mean, she was always great.
Did she have to stop what she was saying and tell Sean Jay to quit doodling in the middle of her speech, or did Sean Jay? Was that the time that he was actually paying attention?
I would say Sean was paying attention that time. I mean, I can't even imagine if she would have, been like one of those teachers caught you passing a note or something. I can just see Pat calling him out like that. So I know Sean wasn't doing doodling at that time.
Well, anyway, everybody saying the sounds good over here on YouTube.
I know it sounded good. I mean, I didn't even have to do the test. Whenever that thing popped up and it was working, I was like, whoa, different sound.
Yeah, we're starting to really get this thing down pat. But let's see what we got going on over here. D4 says the only thing wrong is the lag in video. I don't know. Is that our internet causing that, or is that his internet? Sometimes it's an individual phone, because there's been times I've had lag in video and then I reset the app and it's perfect. So it may just be yours there. I don't know. But who do we got over? This is going to be question and answers time. This is going to be talking to you guys on Facebook. I'll check Twitter and answer some questions or talk to some people.
Slay said he's gonna call him after the show. Cool.
Okay.
Slay said, hey, he said he might have stories that be better about Duncan than me. I say, yeah, I believe you do, man. Hey, he was a basketball player, man. You was full-time b-ball, man. So I know you did. I've seen you in action, Slay.
Well, I know he can dunk, because when I met him at the Catholic game when his team was there, man, he was taller than the trees. He had to be what, 6'8", 6'9", 6'10".
Slay used to go get it, man. I'm telling you, I've seen Slay do some things, man. Slay was a monster on that court, man.
His team got robbed that night, though.
Oh, man.
They got robbed.
Let's see who we got here. I mean, everybody over on Facebook said the sound is great. Chad Eves, he said, I hate the Gators. Hey, I'm with you right there. I hate the Gators too, man.
Yeah, me too. I don't see anybody on Twitter.
He said the chat said he got a lag too on the thing. So I just probably should.
It might be the internet.
Yeah, we'll fix that. That's simple. No, I don't want to do it right now. If I do it,
there's nothing we can do about it right now.
I'll fix that. That's an easy fix.
How bad is it lagging? Can somebody answer that?
What's that?
How bad is it lagging?
Well, I mean, I'm looking at it too. I see a little lag here.
Oh, yeah. It is lagging. We got it on, is our internet really slow?
You sure you have it? Because you know yours is set up Wi-Fi.
I want to close this down and see. Oh, it says our stream health is really weak.
Something's going on.
I bet your boy's playing games over there, ain't it?
That shouldn't slow it down.
You don't think so? I don't know what it could be. We're learning. We'll figure it out. Let's see. Well, it says we should have green on the stream now. Let's see if it picks up. He said not too bad.
Yeah, to me that's bad, but hey,
that is bad.
Keep it moving, man.
Let's see. I've got green on OBS. Let's see something. I've got to check something out.
Oh, shit, Mom, dog, go back in.
Let's see here. We're going to check this out. He says he doesn't think it's the internet. It might be the processor. I might be overloaded somehow. What could it be?
Oh, well, man. I mean,
but they can hear us good.
You want to shut it down and bring it back up? Or?
Well, we'll just keep going and see if we get any questions. He said it's not lagging on my Facebook. How come it's lagging on some people? It's not lagging on my YouTube either. Oh, now it's up. Well.
Well, as long as they see my smile, that's all that matters.
It seems to be working on my YouTube. Well, I mean, he says it doesn't sound like it's coming from the mic.
Okay.
How bad does it sound?
It sounds better now, so I mean, I guess.
No, Slim Mosley said the audio doesn't sound like it's coming from the mic we got. Oh, that's a good one, Killamime. Killamime said it's not lagging as far back as the Vols are to the Dogs. Are to the Dogs. Get out of here with that. Now I'm worried about the audio. See, this is a test run anyway. We're trying to figure out the audio settings. See, I thought we had the audio all cleared up.
Yes, I mean, yeah, we'll most definitely have this fixed for the next one.
Does it sound like it coming through a mic on the computer or coming from our mic? Let's see something. I don't know. It doesn't sound bad. I just don't think it's coming from the mic. I think it is. I think we don't have the settings right on this mixer board where it's not as clear. We're gonna fix that. What? All right. What does that sound like? Y'all tell us when we get it good. Tell us what that sounds like. Billy just moved some knobs. Tell us what that sounds like. Big Vol Daddy, he's in over here. What's going on? Are we going to have a football season, BVD? That's what I want to know. We better be having a football season. Have you heard?
I haven't heard anything yet, man. I mean, like, I've seen like some of the high school level, they're pushing it back 2 weeks and stuff. And, well, at least I've seen in some other states they pushed it back. And I even saw Virginia, they canceled high school for the whole season. So.
Y'all hold on just a second.
What are you going to try now?
All right. Tell us if that sounds any better. We just changed the source. If we could get Catfish's audio sounds great. Haven't heard Billy say anything yet. Well, we're all on the same microphone.
He said, turn my mic up.
I did check that, Slim Mosley. He says it sounds great.
I mean, I turned it up over there, so that should have helped a lot too.
We ain't worried about it. That's right, Slim.
Hey, just keep it going. Everybody says it sounds good, man.
David Newcomb said, I trust David, even though he's supposedly, Mike Down says we're fire on his end. All right.
I mean, we're moving, so.
Sterl the Pearl is watching us. Sterl, we need you on the show. Contact Billy.
Hey, my man, hey, Sterl the Pearl, man. Hey, I got so many stories about Sterl, man. Like,
tell me one. Just give me one story about Sterl
the Pearl. One
time
I've seen, like, you never know when you're gonna see Sterl, man. But whenever you see Sterl gonna make sure he see you. And Sterl, I mean, if you ever met Sterl the Pearl, man, he only has one volume, man. And when I say it,
I've heard it.
It's 100, and it's genuine though. It's he got that bite where he gets your attention automatic, man. Like he will wake. I promise you, he can wake the dead up, man, when he get that mic going. But I was in Mississippi, man, and I went home with one of my best friends from high school, and he was actually in a wedding. And so we was taking out his I think it was his uncle or something out for his bachelor party. And we went to a club, it was a gentleman's club at that, and out of nowhere, I'm walking in there, I'm just kind of looking around and I hear something go, Big Worm. And of course me, I'm like, man, I'm in Mississippi. Don't nobody know me by that name. And I turn around. And sure enough, man, it was Sterl Pearl, man. He was in there with a couple of boys with Eric Dampier and those guys, and it was just funny just to see him. I mean, I've seen Sterl in so many places, man. Like in different states, though, man. You just never know. Sterl is worldwide, man. Sterl, I know you remember that time, don't you?
He said laugh out loud on Facebook.
That's my dude, man.
But anyway, let's get back to where the direction of Volunteer Roadshow is going. We're basically turning this in from a media entertainment type entity to a platform where people, especially VFLs, could come and have their voice be heard, where they could have a podcast. We put them on the website. We get them out there to all our followers on the website, Facebook especially. We're doing pretty good on YouTube, where we could get VFLs that maybe wouldn't have a chance to go on radio or on TV, where they can hone their skills and maybe one day get so good they come in and say, all right, Billy, Bobby, I got an offer from ESPN. I got to go. That would make my day. Wouldn't it make your day?
Will make my life perfect, man. I mean, I'm just loving the fact that, and I told people on my story how you brought me on too, because when you recruited me, and I called it recruiting because that's what you did, man. You was pretty much
I put the hard clothes on you, didn't I?
The Coach Sanders of media.
I just acted like I was supposed to be there. That's all I did.
Right, that's right. I'm telling you, man, it works, man. Act like you've been there before, man. Don't just because we only got $1 in our pocket, don't mean we don't have $1 million smile.
Yep, we act like we got some though, don't we?
This is a place for VFLs, anybody. I don't care if it's just a fan.
We got picked off. They're not VFLs, but we want VFLs and people that really want to take this serious.
Just to be yourself, Come on here and have a good time, laugh and joke and, just have fun, man. That's what I like to do. I mean, even though, my partner, he's still trying to get me to do a outline on the show and stuff. It's hard because it make me think of going back to school and writing a paper, but I understand it. But until he told me about it, now I get it. Why you got to have an outline, basically to stay on point with the show. And now I understand that, and we're gonna start doing that. And I mean, I can't wait to see what's in store, how it's gonna work. So I mean, it's gonna be fun.
I finally got Jarnell to understand about the outline. I said, Jarnell, you ain't got to make an outline. I'll make it for you. But that way you won't forget to mention hound dogs up here. Where is that? Right here? Yeah. Hound dogs. Tennessee Tap House. Great sponsors. And we won't forget to do those things. That's what the outline's for. And I'll write it for you.
All right, I'm ready, man. I forget the two thing with the sponsor. I mean, you go and look at every show that I did. I haven't said not one of the sponsors on that one show, man.
I know. I was going to say something.
But I feel bad for that, but that's my fault. Well, that's your fault, man.
It's my fault. I didn't remind you. And Big Vol Daddy says we need to get some VFLs on the Picked Off show. I'm working on getting Jarnell on in 2 weeks on Picked Off. Be a guest, tout his show, plug his show. And Billy's already been on there. He could be on there again. We'll get somebody like Sterl to Pearl. We'll get some other people. There it says VFL right here. Is he a VFL? I can't read my eyes. Who is that?
Let's see. We got Philip Werner. Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing, man? Man, we got a lot of people on here, man. This is not just VFLs, Bobby. I mean, I want this to be just like the slogan you had. For the people, by the people.
For the fans, by the fans.
I forgot what, but it was something, it was one of those catches. It's almost like how Coach Sanders butchered my nickname when he first met me, man. My nickname in high school and growing up was Boosie. Well, Coach Sanders, he used to butcher, he called me Boos.
Boos.
Well, Coach, who was Boos?
We'll
have Coach Sanders on here too, man. I mean, we have all those guys on here. Coach Chavis back in town.
Well, you know which one I used to butcher all the time?
Who?
Rito. I thought you were saying for the longest time, Big School.
Big School.
But it's Scoob, isn't it?
It's Scoob, like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Oh, Coach Sanders butchered his name too.
What did he call it?
He called him Big Scoop.
Hey, Jarvis Rito can drink. He was here, a couple months ago. We had Mexican food downstairs. He brought some... what was that stuff? Was it vodka? Like grape vodka or something?
It was, what was that brand? I always forget about the brand. I keep forgetting the name of the vodka, man, but.
It was smooth. Now listen, it's gonna sound contradictory. It was smooth, but it was fire.
What was it? White grape.
White grape vodka.
White grape, yeah, Ciroc.
Ciroc.
It's rock white grape. That's what it was.
It was smooth going down, but when you breathe out through your nose, you feel it because it's strong. What proof do you think that was?
I don't forget what it was. And of course, I didn't drink it.
I was sipping on it.
Yeah, you had a couple of sips of it.
Yeah, I had a big old glass up, but it was.
I can't drink it like that. I've been going to sleep on you guys if I did that. Let's see, Chad Eves said, "Thank you, Hound Dogs, for the battle at Bristol tickets that I won from their promotion."
Hey, see, Hound Dog's great. Jesse and Don and all those guys over there at Hound Dogs have been treating us right. We're going to start doing more and more drawings for gift certificates. And you guys, we're going through a lot in this country. And these little guys like Hound Dogs need your support. You need to be buying your hat, your shirt, your UT, anything orange, even your valve stem covers that you was wanting. Mm-hmm. You need to be buying them from Hound Dog. Don't go on Amazon. Buy it from the local guy. Now, I know some of these Amazon vendors are local guys, but we need to support the people that support Tennessee athletics, and they support Tennessee athletics, and that's what we need. So buy your hats and your pom-poms from Hound Dogs. If it's not Hound Dogs, buy it from somebody local.
Like I say, Keith Rickers. Hold on, that's BVD.
That's BVD. He was over here. Now he's going over there to talk to Sterl the Pearl.
Yeah, he threw me off. First time I saw his name, Keith Ricker, and now he really threw me off with all that hair he got on his head. I didn't know that was him at first.
Yeah, that's him.
Let's see. He says, "Sterling, I met you a couple of years ago outside Gate 21 after the game, and I told everyone you treated me like you know me since your playing days. Now, if you had ever seen some of my post-game videos, you may have walked by like you didn't see me. Love you, man. Nobody rep the Vols like Sterl the Pearl. Yep. Hey, that's Sterl, man. Hey.
He got it cranked up before a game.
He always, man. I kind of miss the fact that they don't have him in there anymore. I mean, he's not inside the stadium when they do that. Like, I don't think. Because, like, last time I saw him, he was
outside the stadium.
He had a big thing for him outside. Like, he was almost getting the fans hyped up outside. But I miss him inside, man. I wish we had him inside the stadium when I was playing.
Well, P Digits got a question for you. The last one.
How do you feel about the conference only theory? Man, you talking about SEC only. I will tell you this here. There will not be any undefeated teams if there is a conference only schedule. The conference will be so beat up, man. I mean, that's typically the only people that can beat you, is a SEC school. And if you go to an only SEC schedule, you have a lot of sleeping giants that will slay these dragons, and it will be tough, if let's say a South Carolina sneak up and beat Alabama, because it can happen if you got a consistent, straight SEC schedule. It will not be easy for no one, man. But I do like the fact if it happens, it happened, but it will be tough for an SEC to be the only national contender like we normally be with the way it's scheduled now. It will be tough because you'll see SEC schools with 2 losses now.
There just better be some football on my TV this year. I know there's going to be some football. It's just a matter of how many games. Do you feel that's what it's down to? It's a matter of how many games we're going to play, that we will have some games?
I think that's what it is, man. I mean, they're pushing it back, and they're saying, I think I've been hearing like 8 games, if they do all conference or whatever, I don't care how many games there are. I really do. I want to see football, man. But, I also know it's about the safety of the kids too. So, I don't want to be, selfish. Yes, I do. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Because, I'm going to tell you this here from a player's perspective, because there's been so many times where I probably should have quit football. But when I know what I've been training for, what I've been doing all my life, I want to get out there on the field and play ball. And I know these kids are wanting the same thing, but in the back of their mind, they know, man, it's safety first. And I hope that's what they do is think about long term and not short term.
I want us to play Oklahoma. I want that game to happen.
I don't. If they shorten it, I don't see us playing Oklahoma.
I know, but I want to see it.
If anybody, we'll still play the small schools. I guarantee you. If it happens, I guarantee we'll still play the smaller schools.
Well, I read an article that Charlotte and Tennessee are just acting like the game's going to happen. They haven't changed anything.
They're playing. If it happens, they're going to play. That's their, the little schools got to get their money somehow. They do. Oh, man, yeah. You see what BBD said?
Yeah. BBD over here on YouTube says, if we don't have football, it's Bobby's fault. Bobby gets off the truck, football canceled. I don't see the correlation. I think Oklahoma better hope that we don't play them. And I know RJ Young does a good job over there on YouTube for Oklahoma. I know him personally.
Man, to be honest with you, man,
but
that's the only game I was looking forward to myself at Oklahoma.
I'm telling y'all, I want a full season so bad, Billy.
I do too, man, because it's a conference only schedule for Tennessee. That will be tough, man. It will be tough, man. We'll have to have 3 bye weeks, man.
Killer Mime wants to know, maybe without fans, what do you think about as a player? You played in the biggest games that's ever been played as an athlete, college football. What would it be like to not have any fans in the stadium?
I think it would be weird, but after game 1, I think game 2 would be a lot easier. Because the first game jitters, and you're going out there and when you're used to having that many fans, whether it's a home game, away game, I think it would be tough, because you can't practice for it. You do every day in practice. You don't have fans, but you also have, the crowd noise and all this. There's different scenarios that you use with the crowd too. But it's going to be weird, man, because it's going to be almost like just playing basketball in a different arena. You have that much space. It makes it look like the field is that much bigger. Basketball's like that. The gym seems so much bigger when you don't have fans in it. So your shot is different. So I don't know. It may change some things, but me personally, it wouldn't have affected me because I had a job to do. I got to whip this guy butt across from me, and that's all that matters. It's X's and O's. If they can continue to do that, I don't think we'll have an issue, man. I think we'll be just fine.
Well, I hate to contradict you, but you and Fred White was on the Volunteer Roadshow,
It's a big
8 months ago, and y'all said how much y'all feed off of the fans on defense.
We do. But I'm just saying without fans, how we have to adjust to it. The fans in Neyland Stadium, yes, they were the 12th man that no one realized they really had, because when you got an offense that can't check off and change the play, and then when they do change the play and half of the line don't know the play, we got a disaster waiting to happen. That's what the crowd does for a defense, But now, without having it becomes tough when you got an offense that's moving the ball, and you can't slow them down, and you don't have that crowd to kind of help you with that. When you have a team like Oklahoma that's used to checking off and doing everything quick like that, it's going to be tough, man. Without fans, it will be tough, Bobby.
This is something I've always wanted to know as a fan. Being down there in the defensive huddle when the crowd is going crazy, how difficult is it to hear somebody like whoever's calling out to play, Dominique, besides the fact that you said Dominique mumbles, I'm talking about how hard is it to hear somebody from here to that light over there? Do they have to yell to the top of their lungs, or can you talk normal with the crowd going crazy?
It becomes sign language.
Okay.
We have different signals that our linebackers will hold their hand up, left or right, letting us know where the strength of everything is at. We already know the play. All we need to know what left or right.
Mm-hmm.
And the DBs already know what coverage they're in. So as far as the front, all we needed to know was the actual play and the strength call.
Now, did everybody look to the sideline, or did the guy calling the play look to the sideline, and then y'all look to him to like Dominique to get the play? How did the play get from Chavis to you?
So Chavis normally would be up in the box, and Chavis would be talking down to Coach Brooks. Coach Brooks had always, every week, there was one day where Coach Brooks would be practicing the signs and stuff with each other, basically like that. And Coach Brooks, let's say he sent the call in to whether it was Emo, everywhere Smoreland, Al Wilson, or whoever it was. Al would tell us the call. And let's say if it was like a hurry-up offense, typically we will be in a base defense unless they changed it. Now, if it was like crowd noise, we're in Florida, everybody would have an armband on.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, we would look to the sideline and get the number of which play that we're going to run. And all we had to know was the strength, which would be left or right. And it was so many different ways to do that. I mean, it's not hard. It's just, it is hard for anybody on offense if that crowd is loud and they're changing the play and making checks.
Yeah. Well, for those of y'all who don't know, this is what Dan Brooks looked like on the sideline. He had his hat on backwards. Did you do that in practice too?
Coach Brooks did change. It was the exact same. I promise you, to this day, Coach Brooks probably still work out in the same, how he would call them, sneakers or gym shoes that he had when he was in high school. So you can imagine what those shoes look like. But now he would always have a fresh, brand new pair of ostrich, gator, some boots or whatever. He always had a fresh pair of boots on all the time.
And he always had one of them big mustaches that went down to his chin.
Yeah, that
What do you call that?
Magnum PI.
Magnum PI. Well, we got him to do your happy birthday, him and his wife.
Nice.
He doesn't change a bit.
Nothing.
And he's retired over there in the mountain.
Yep. He's up there in Gatlinburg. A lot of the coaches are coming back to Tennessee, man, to retire. Man.
Coach Caldwell,
Coach
we met
Caldwell,
him.
He's back. I don't think he will leave Tennessee again. Chavis, he's back in Tennessee. I heard he's coaching high school right now.
I saw that.
I didn't even know that, but I'm going to actually reach out to Coach.
We're going to have to get him on the show, too. What's going on over there in YouTube? Well, give some shout-outs to everybody. We want to hear from people.
Let's see.
Dave Thomas, what is it? What did he say?
He said, I don't see why, if we can play conference games, we can't just play a regular season. Well, I think it's the part where the non-conference games, those schools don't know what they're going to do. They really can't afford to do certain things like some of the bigger schools can. So that's what mess up all the scheduling right now. I mean, no matter what it is, D1, D2, D3, junior college, it's tough right now to revamp the schedule. So, because most of these schedules, they're playing way in advance.
All right, I got a question for you.
Talk to me.
If everybody goes to conference-only games, does that mean that Notre Dame don't play any football?
Notre Dame want to become big boys now. They want to put their real pants on and start playing some real schedule, because only people that they probably be able to put on their schedule would be SEC schools and people from the Big Fives, because nobody. I mean, I don't see them being able to play like the no names anymore. They have to play, Tennessees or the Virginias, the Oklahomas, Alabama. They got to play these schools now. They want to join a conference or something. Then I mean,
hey, until they have a championship game that they got to play in, a conference championship game, I don't think they should be in the college football playoffs. Period.
They got the money to stay where they're at, Bobby. So
I know, but that's just the way I feel about it, because they've got one less chance to stub their toe. Pick a conference. Yeah, I don't care.
I don't know. I mean, has Notre Dame ever won a national championship?
Yeah, they won a few.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't remember.
We got a couple questions over here.
Talk to them. Who we got?
D4 wants to know, where does Tennessee O-line rank among the nation? Top 5. Maybe higher than that.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Bobby.
I won't hear it.
That's, to me personally, that's our weakest part of our team.
Get out of here.
Now, if you're going to talk about on paper, yes, on paper we are top 5. You're talking about a group of guys that haven't had a chance to play with each other and gel with each other. It takes that to become an offensive line. I mean, being 5 stars all across the board don't make you the best. You know, I want to see. That's what I mean. I don't know how they're coaching offensive linemen because I don't see any nastiness in them. You know, I see I see Trey Smith. Yes, he's nasty, automatic. You know, I don't know what the Mays kids are capable of. I know he played a couple games at Georgia, but I didn't see anything that Georgia did to try to keep him. So I don't know. They didn't work hard enough to keep a 5-star player.
All right. Correct me if I'm wrong. Me and Billy were at the first coaches meeting of the season. We were in there. We got to meet Pruitt and T. Martin, all them guys. We talked to Will Friend. Now, is he not the offensive line coach? The one that talked about playing high school back in your day?
He is the offensive line coach.
He's a big old youngin'.
He is.
He looked like a good coach. We didn't get to watch him coach, but he was nice.
I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, to me, like when I see our offensive line, I don't see that nastiness, man. I see a lot of finesse players, man, guys that are, that want to dance or whatever. I don't see nobody that want to put you in the dirt, man. I don't see no Ramon Fosters. I don't see Cozy Coleman. I don't see Bubba Miller, man. I don't see that. I mean, I see Trey Smith. He got that nastiness, but I don't see them.
He's a quiet nasty.
Yeah, I mean, offensive linemen are not quiet.
Well,
not.
If Cade Mays, that was playing for Georgia, he could bulldoze you. He may not play tackle, but he played good at guard. I think he's a mean son of a gun. I've seen some clips in high school. He would hurt you. And we've got man, YouTube's going crazy, Facebook going crazy. We're going to get to everybody, I promise. But before we do, hey, all we got right now is on paper. And as long as on paper we're top 5 in the country, Catfish is going to be chirping that we top 5 offensive line in the country. We hadn't had a chance to prove me wrong yet. So D4, we top 5. Till we get out on the field, then Catfish may change his mind. But till then, we top 5 in the country and top 1 or 2 in the conference. We got something over here. They said we're buffering. What are we buffering about?
Yeah, I mean, it is. I can see it again. I got to get this fixed, man.
Well, we got some internet problems. What's the internet problem? Let's see. Did they knock us off? Let's see here. We're still buffering, but we're still on.
No, we're still on. I mean, I've got to get this fixed.
Let's see. Why does it say that we got plenty of internet?
We'll fix it next, man. I mean, I know I have the speed, all that stuff. I have this fixed tonight. I haven't been on it forever, so I haven't even reset any of the routers or nothing. So I have it fixed next show though.
I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Yes. Yeah,
Are we back at all?
I mean, we're on. We're just lagging.
How bad are we lagging?
Mhm. Right.
Hmm. Can y'all still hear us?
I'm quite sure they still can hear us.
No, we're still.
Yeah,
No, they hear us.
I can see it again. I got to get this fixed, man.
Well, we got some internet problems. What's the internet problem? They can hear us. Well, anyway, he said we need to stay. Let's see. Did they knock us off? All right. We're still here. Well, the video just ain't streaming good. We must not have. See, the CPU is at 73%.
Yeah, we're still on. I mean,
That's the problem, the CPU.
So it's your. So is it this?
Audio says good.
Yeah, we lagging bad, Bobby. Yeah, it's just frozen. Yeah, we're gonna just.
All right.
Yeah, let's just shut it down, man, and we'll just fix it on the next one. Dang.
Well, we'll just keep going. I don't know what's going on with the. But anyway, we got something to settle over. There's a dispute with BVD and Billy Cole. Let me go back here, and they were wanting your input here. Where did it go? It says, Big Worm, I need you to tell Billy Cole just how important the long snapper is to the defense. He doesn't understand the basics of football.
Hey, long snapper is a key part, man. I mean, without a long snapper, you're talking about the change of the game, though. You have to be so precise with snapping this ball to the punter. This is a timing situation too, guys. Like if he don't get the ball to the punter on time, you got so many different things that can happen. Block punt. The punter can miss the ball. He can over snap it, whatever. He also is the first man down the field to make the play. So me personally, if I can do it all over again, I think I will become a long snapper, Bobby. Because now that I know how hard it was, but it was an easy position, but it was a position that was needed. Because just think about Al Wilson being your long snapper. Can you imagine being a punt returner? You got Al or Ray knocked down the field waiting on you to catch this ball. It would be brutal. So long snap is huge, man. So I mean, there's not one position on the field that's how would I say it? That's pointless. I mean, everybody has to do their job.
Well, Billy Cole was arguing with BVD about this, and Billy Cole says, Billy, how many players on the team could hike the ball 10 yards? Tell BVD how crazy it is to waste a full scully on a two-star long snapper.
No, it's not, because you got to think about this thing. Like, let's say if we taught Al Wilson how to become a long snapper. So Al Wilson is our long snapper and our starting middle linebacker. Al Wilson runs down here and get blindsided. Al Wilson's out the game. I'm not saying that Al or the long snapper is pointless, but you got to have players for every position. You got to have a fresh guy that can do that. I know that you're saying that wasting a scholarship. It's not a wasted scholarship. I mean, especially in college football, there's so many scholarships. You know, it's not like professional football where you have to get it cut down to 53 guys. You're talking about 80 some guys that's on scholarship. You know, you don't need, 60, I mean, all you need is two long snappers. Two long snappers, two guys to hold the ball or whatever, because most of the guys that hold the ball are quarterbacks. But long snap is important, guys. I mean, don't think that it's not important. I mean, it's a major important. But I think what Billy, what he's saying is the fact that
Wasting a
a
scholarship.
scholarship wasting on it. You know, hey, I don't think they typically recruit long snappers. Typically, the long snappers are through walk-ons, and the walk-on make it and they get the scholarship. So it's rare that I've seen that we actually recruited a long snapper. It was almost like most of our long snappers that I know that were walk-ons.
Well, I was watching a YouTube video a couple months ago about long snappers. They were putting that ball on the money. They were hitting targets
Mm-hmm.
back there and not even looking. They'd look between their legs, look back at the target, and they'd look ahead and they would hike it
Mm-hmm.
and hit the bullseye. I mean, they were good.
But I mean, they tried to make me a long snapper in high school. I didn't want to do it, man. That's too much work, man. You got to run, man. It was like long distance. You know, it's not an easy position. It's not as easy as everybody think. You know, you got to snap a ball through your leg, raise your head back up, and then run down the field and try to make a tackle. It's not easy. So yeah, I mean, it's still important though, man. I mean, I know that you think that wasting a scholarship on it, but it's not a wasted scholarship.
Somebody said something. Jason Upton says, I hope we play, but safety first. Oh, that was the question. Why was a player dismissed from the team? I heard something like this. Emmett Golden was dismissed for felony assault on his girlfriend.
That's pretty much all I heard, man. I mean, like, typically I don't like answering questions about that stuff because there's so much stuff that's in it. You know, there's stuff that, people put out there before we know the real story behind everything. But, it's still a big deal, Anything that's assault, period, is a big deal, I don't condone it whatsoever. But I just wish they would play it out and let the courts decide what's going on before they make everybody villains and stuff. But I mean, when they said it was a felony assault, it has to be serious.
Well, I know the tendency is for us to judge whether or not someone's guilty or innocent before the court has their chance at it. But somebody, I don't know if this is true or not. I think it was your boy Sean J. Let me see. It may not have been. If it wasn't him, who was it that had that kid from Baylor?
It was Dyron.
Well, Dyron. That's right.
Sean Oakman.
What was his name? Oakman.
That's and so that's the same situation that had happened with AJ Johnson too. This is totally different. They're saying an assault or whatever, and the case with Sean Oakman,
he was accused of rape.
He was accused of rape. Was falsely accused. He was,
and his life was ruined.
Sucks though, man. I mean, it sucks though. Like, for instance, not just for the guy that was acquitted of all charges, but it sucks for future people that accuse people of that are afraid to come forward because they don't think they'll be treated the same. But for people that falsely accuse, I really think the only way to fix it is they have the same charges as far as if you
have falsely accused somebody of rape,
there should be
and it's proven that you falsely accused them, you should get the punishment that person would have gotten. if they were convicted of rape. That's what I think.
Because like when I heard especially with the situation with AJ Johnson, when I heard about that situation, the first thing I thought about, there's no way, man. I mean, I met this guy, man, and just listening to him, and he's a good kid, and the fact that when they said it happened at his own party, come on, man, it's too many women out there, especially for athletes that want to be with these guys. I mean, you shouldn't have to do that to women to have that. You shouldn't have to rape a woman if you're an athlete. There's someone out there for everybody. I don't care who you're athlete or not.
Now,
you shouldn't have to rape anybody.
Let's have a disclaimer. We're not at all.
No.
If Emmett Golden did this, he needs to be punished.
Yes,
because I heard it was with a glass candle. He beat the hell out of her, from what I hear. But I don't know. But let's go on to another subject. David Newcomb wants to know, is it an NC violation to have a current player on the show like these? They keep them current players under wraps. They don't want them talking to the media unless they're standing over their shoulders. Yeah. So they really watch that because you never know. But I don't think it's an NCAA violation.
Yeah, I don't think it is. But, it's just the way the NCAA tries to, I guess I'd say, govern the players, because they want to be part of it too. Because, when you have, like, for instance, if a player try to do what we're doing right now and try to monetize off their name in a situation where they're not doing anything wrong, the NCAA going to say that you got to shut it off. You got to cancel it because there is a situation where you're getting paid or whatever. They want to know everything that's going on with the player at all times when it comes to media.
Well, I think the main thing with it now is the university wants to make sure they can control what environment they're on. If they're on ESPN after a game, they're going to allow that.
Yeah, that makes sense. So.
Anyway, we've been on here for right at an hour, Billy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry our video's been down. I don't think it's the internet. I think my processor got overloaded with something running in the background. It's down to 46% now and everything's working good. But when it was up to 79%, that's when it was lagging. When this was at 79, that's when the video was lagging. We got to figure out how to shut some of this stuff off in the background, but we'll get that figured out. How does it feel to be back in the saddle?
Who's that?
How does it feel to be back on the show?
Bobby, I mean, it's natural, man. I mean, I'm enjoying it, man. I mean, I miss it.
How long has it been since I've been here? A couple months?
Man, it's been a couple of months since you've been back, man. Like right when the engine, you got it fixed.
That was in March, end of March.
Your birthday.
Yep, that's right. That was the clutch. That was March. Yeah, first part of March. I think Isaac's grown 2 inches.
Mm-hmm.
He's already talking about challenging me to basketball. I'm gonna have to go out there in a minute, set him straight. I could play Isaac to 3 or 5, but see, he wants to go to like 21. I can't play that long. But I can play to 3.
Oh, you got to get in shape.
Anyway, everybody says everything's fine now. Glad to be on the show. Don't forget to check out Alexis, Jarnell Stokes, possibly Ron Slade tomorrow, middle of the day. We don't know what time we're going to be on. If not, Billy will be on. Somebody's going to be on tomorrow on a regular show. But anyway, you got anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
That's it, man. Just thanks for tuning in, guys. It's been a while, and we thank you guys for watching us, and we miss you guys.
Somebody on here says, don't you think it's time for Tennessee to wear orange helmets? No, that wouldn't look good. White with an orange tee, it's got to stay that way.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to, I can't even say nothing about that.
All right.